Okay, while the Kyle trial is on lunch break, let me try to put this light on. So, my daughter put one of these lights on her truck, a brake light, LED. Is this LED? Yeah, a tailgate light bar. And I thought it was pretty cool, so I asked for one for Christmas. Well, that was last Christmas. Here we are 11 months later, and I still haven't put this on my truck. So let me see how easy this is and give it a go here. Hey, that's pretty cool, I guess. Rather than cut into the wires, you can just plug it into your trailer connector. But already I think it's going to be a problem. This is about three quarters of an inch wide. And if I look back here, I think where she mounted hers was up here under the tailgate. And I don't have a good flat 3/4 of an inch all the way across there. You have the hole here for the spare tire. I could go a little bit above that, but then you get over here, the connection for the tailgate, for the locking tailgate. I wasn't planning on putting it on the bottom of the tailgate. Oh man, look at that wax I left on here. I waxed this 3 months ago, and darn, I left quite a bit of wax there. Yeah, I wasn't planning on putting it here on the tailgate, but, well, I'll take the tailgate off, and that gives me better access up there, and then I'll see what that does for me. All right, before we go too far, let's first make sure it's going to work. Okay, it works. The only thing I can't test without getting into it further is the backup light. You know, it would almost... I can avoid the spare tire hole, and I would come just underneath. It would have to be right there to keep it even all the way across. But then when I put the tailgate back on and reconnect it here, I'm gonna have a little problem with the cover. I guess what I could do, well, I know one thing I'm gonna have to do is probably lay this out in the sunshine or the heat before I even attempt to put it on, because you wanna see how it wants to curl up there. And I want to give this tape, you know, as much chance as possible of holding. So it needs to be flattened out. And I just have to find the reverse light wire and connect this to. But I'm not gonna leave that in there like that. I'll probably end up splicing it into the system. Well, I think I have this figured out for hooking this LED strip light up on the back of my truck. Well, I haven't figured the strip itself, but as far as the wiring goes, so they include this wiring here. So now this will plug into the strip light. I just had to wire this into my existing lighting system. So what I did, this truck has a connection in the bed of the truck. So here's the bumper here coming across. So here is the fender fender well. Up here in the bed on the side is a connection for trailer brakes and lights. So this connection goes up there. So I just pulled this connection down and spliced all of my wires into this connection. So I will tape all of this up real nice and pretty. Hey, you see how I staggered that and made them all look good so it's not one big mess there? So I've just got to reach up there now, plug this back into the bed connection, and hopefully it will work. So here is the connection in the bed of the truck here. All right. Oh, what I ended up doing, and I didn't realize this before I did it, but I pulled this light assembly off here and wired for my backup light. So I just ran an extra wire down here for my backup light, but wow, that light is bright. I did not, that was before I figured out how to wire it into the trailer. If I had planned this out a little better, I could have wired it right in here, because there is a connection for a backup light on those trailer harnesses. I did not realize that until I started reading the schematics on that. But that's okay. This is still not going to be in the way. So I'll just now wire this for my backup and all should be good. I've got this light over here, trying to straighten it out. I don't need these. So I just put some heavy wrenches on there. But the sun is not, it's going around that way now, so I'm not getting the sun on it, but I've still got, wants to stick up a little bit there. I may have to take this home with me tonight and where there's more heat. Actually, I have a heat gun here. That may help, but just for the time being, let's see if we've got it all connected properly. Well, that's not good. I've got nothing. Where did I screw it up? Well, I've screwed it up somewhere. Somewhere I'm not getting a connection. All right, if I plug in here, I've got my blinking light there. So this is good. I'm gonna check the ground first. Let's see if I have ground. So here on this plug is the ground. That apparently is my issue, is my ground is not good. So let's go the other way. Plug in ground there. All right, so we're good there. And then over here, have I got, and I have nothing. So my guess is this splice is not the right size for this wire, and I'm not making a connection. All right, thought this was going to be easy, but it's not. All right, I think I have the problem fixed. I took every one of these off of here. I stripped, because this wire is so small, this piece here was not making contact with that smaller wire. So I took these smaller wires out. I stripped about a 1/2 inch off the end and folded it over, shoved it in there, and then clamped it together. I think I'm making connection now, but before I tape it all up, I'm gonna plug that light in just to verify. Hey, there you go. It is working now. That's what it's supposed to do. Okay, I can tape it all up now, and I still haven't quite figured out how I'm going to mount it, but as you can see, it's still got a bow in it, so I've got to let it sit overnight and try to get that bow out of there before I mount it up on here. It looks like someone is getting ready for snow, and it's not me. But yeah, Jeffrey has pulled his spreader all apart, sandblasted it, and painted it up. He's got a few parts to put on it. I see, looks like he's got a new gear there, a couple of new bearings he's got for it. Oh yeah, new chain. That chain, if you remember, I think last year there was a video where one of those slats broke, and we were in here during the snowstorm trying to get that thing fixed. Well, we got it fixed. It got him through the season, but he's got a new chain ordered here. I see some more boxes with parts in there. Motor sitting over there. But yeah, he's sanded it down and repainted it here. He said he didn't want to stick out like a sore thumb with that orange color, although that's the only piece he hasn't got painted. He must have run out of paint. Maybe that's what the that can there is for, but yeah, he said he was going to paint that. But yeah, everything else here is painted. I guess that means I better start thinking about snow and getting my stuff together as well. I do have to find a snow pusher to go on the skid steer loader. I think we've just about got a new contract wound up and agreed upon that I'll be using that skid steer on. So I guess I better go find a snow pusher for that. So I guess that will be happening in the next week or two. All right, I'm gonna put the tailgate back on here. I had wanted to change my oil filter. I mean, not my oil filter, my fuel filter. That sun is bothering you, I know. I had wanted to change the fuel filter in here. The light has been on for 6 months. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. Haven't changed it in this truck yet, so I'm not sure how difficult that's going to be. Darn it, I've probably missed all the closing arguments now in the Kyle trial, so I guess I'll have to watch that this evening. I won't be watching it live. Okay, got a message from the wife. She needs me to stop by the DG and pick up some hamburger buns, so I guess I'm having hamburgers tonight for dinner. And I'm sure there will be an adult beverage to go along with that. All right, it's time for me to say, see ya. See ya!